Call Allegiance, this is Agent N107, back again with WereFic's Goddesses, and this time we are doing Chapter 3 of the book. Now remember, you can download this, not download, you can check it out, if I remember this correctly. You can check it out, the link is in the description of the first episode. If you don't even know, I don't really do many links to the stuff that's going on in further episodes. I usually just do it in the first episode, because that's where I do most of the talking of Go For It, except for this one. I didn't do it as much because it wasn't really available during the time of that recording. But hey, let's keep going. And I'm actually starting to wonder if any of you guys think my voice is buttery, because I'm actually been starting to speak in a weird monotone for these things, because I'm dramatically trying to read these, so I kind of speak in this kind of voice. So if you guys like that, if you think I should read other things in this voice, that would be nice to know. So we're gonna just jump into chapter 3 and stop stalling right now, because I actually really need to go to sleep, so let's go. Drowning out the sounds of destruction, Ramsel stayed in the nursery for several more minutes. He couldn't stop thinking about... I want to stop thinking about what just happened. Oh, goodness me. I'm recording this right after episode 2, so I definitely have a fresh mind on it. This happened. He had killed another bird. Oh, well, he's thinking about the bird, not the baby. The bird he killed. I started using the arrow keys because I don't lose my places easily that way. Ha ha ha. Nursery for several more minutes. Killed another bird. It wasn't that he hadn't thought of how it might feel. Everyone seems to think about it at least once when the world is in a crazy sort of state. The feeling of the event was different. He felt dirty, unclean. That's why I don't like killing things. I really actually don't. Okay, well, in video games it's a little easier, but still. In most cases in video games, I usually think that they're fainted, not killed. So, yeah, unless they explicitly show that you're actually killing someone, there's sometimes a little harder feeling there. But I'm not going to go into this because this will take too long, and we'll probably need my own discussion video about this. So we're going to just move along. Is this how the ground dwellers felt? They had to kill every day for survival. No, probably not. Thoughts swirled around in Ramsel's head. The crunch of the baby's body under his talons, and the dying breath of the hawk, caused by his own blade. He needed fresh air. He needed to escape. Ramsel stood up, dizzy and confused. And when his eyes opened, he tried not to stumble and fall, making his way carefully to the door of the nursery to take a step into the new air. He clicked open the wooden seal and stepped through to the outside. The atmosphere hit his face like a brick, knocking the breath out of him. It had been so humid in the nursery, now it was fresh. His eyes adjusted to the light, and figures came into view. Destruction. Oh, okay. Walls were torn down, some buildings were ablaze, and others were just dark. Hawks screamed from the outside, and kites flew away from the village. How many are dead? How many have I killed? This is all my fault. Ramsel turned at the corner and looked to Kyrie's residence. He blinked. Kyra! Yes, I called her Kyrie. Shush. I read things wrong all the time. He spread out his wings and bolted upwards, flying towards her home, praying she was safe. He dropped into the window and clattered off of her desk, knocking pictures and books onto the floor. Pages were strewn on the ground around his feet. He looked around, taking in his surroundings. Broken glass, feathers, pages, ripped wall sheets, papers, pages, broken wood, blood, guts, gore. Everything is gonna kill us. I'm sorry, I took that way too far. I ran out of words to think of. I was gonna actually go down a weird one, but then that would have worked. Broken wood, blood, more pages, a quill, pages, a severed wing, drops of ink, pages, a knife, his letter, a page. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I was literally both times I was gonna like go down candy parties and stuff, but I ended up not. His letter he had written to her, held safely by the ink-splattered feathers of the wing that lay alone on the straw bedding. Kyra would rest on at night. Ramsel picked up the letter and carefully placed it in his satchel. Satchel. I know how to say satchel. I just, for some reason, it's sounding weird right now. He couldn't cry anymore. I wish I could stop crying. Never bring up babies and death. It always, oh, goodness me, my eyes are starting to tear. Oh, goodness me. Now all the trolls are gonna just say, baby death, and that's not gonna be fun for me. Yay. His letter had okay. His letter he had written to. Okay. He couldn't cry anymore. It wasn't physically possible for him to cry. Now I'm just confused. He sat down on the bedding next to the wing, staring at it, praying it wasn't hers. Though deep down, he knew it was. Her birthmarks were on it, her dark stripes. Oh. 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 Come on. Come on. You can't start happy. Oh. Come on, not even Guardian started out this gory. Okay, well, it did start off with mind manipulation. Wolves Beyond started with something, I can't remember what they started with. Something dark, I can't remember. What was the other one? Oh, Warriors didn't really start, well, it had betrayal involved, but it wasn't really, well, okay, they did have like a bloody fight near a river, but hey, I'm not trying to spoil anything for these books, I'm just saying. Some of them, they did start, the first books were pretty lighthearted, even with some of the gruesome stuff. But man, dude, you're like killing off like 30 people in the first like 3 chapters. Come on. Have a heart. Ramsel left. He flew away from the, oh wait, yeah. Ramsel left. He flew away from the village in the opposite direction. The others flew. He wouldn't want to see Terra again. He wouldn't know what to say. He could only run away. Okay, who's next? I think we got the thing that we only have 3 characters at this point, I guess. And we're just gonna keep switching between the 3 until they meet. Yay! The fire glowed bright. Philemon watched the mouse carefully. Perrin was wrapped in a leaf for extra warmth. Staring into the fire, his skin was still red from being separated from his hide, and he still had not spoken. He also had not eaten anything. He continued to stare. The fire crackled and spit with a therapeutic? Is that what the word is? Therapeutic? Therapeutic. Okay, sound. Therapeutic sound. Philemon held up a bowl of red berries to him. Perrin, won't you please eat something? The mouse blinked away from his delusion and turned to Philemon. His ears twitched and he sniffed at the berries. They're not poisoned, I promise. You can trust me. Perrin scoffed and knocked the bowl out of Philemon's hand. He spoke in a cracked voice. You should have just let me die. It's what everyone wanted. The rabbit was shocked. All they wanted was a show. I don't think any of the actors really wanted to star anyway. He picked up his berries on the ground, put them back into the bowl. Perrin laughed. What would you know? You're part of the Rabbity family. I could read that a different way, but I don't want to read it that way, so I'm going to say Rabbity instead of another way of reading it, so which there's probably a third way of reading it, and I'm just an idiot, so I'm just gonna call it the Rappity family. Rappity happity, rappity happity happity sappity, rappity happity happity hap. Okay, I'm done. I'm sure your mouse would love to be a part of that event. Our mouse would do no such thing. He's a part of our family. He's no slave. You, lucky. I'm sorry. Those moments when you realize your life isn't, well, you realize someone pretty much has it better for in one place because their family aren't slave owners. Yes, I know. That's where it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. Their place. It sounds like what the South used to be. So Perrin looked back to the bowl and picked out a nice plump berry. Sure they aren't poison? Swear on my entire family. Swear on my entire family's lives. The mouse smiled and took a bite. He closed his eyes as he swallowed, letting out an exaggerated sigh afterwards. Philemon got up and put the bowl next to Perrin. Turn around. I have to... Oh, okay. Turn around. I have to address your wounds. It says redress. Oh, so yeah, it is supposed to be redress. Because you have to change out, the stuff. Okay. Turn around. I have to redress your wounds. Yeah, a full body cast should do nicely. Yeah, a full body cast should do nicely. Phelan crunched up some leaves in a separate bowl and spit into the mixture. He clumped it together until it created a paste, which he rubbed on the slice marks across Perrin's body. Perrin took a sharp breath as the medicine caused a stinging sensation. The rabbit sat back down and snatched a berry. Where will we... Where will we go? Will we go from here? Perrin had a questioning look on his face. He set down the bowl and wrapped the large leaf around his shoulders. Probably north. There are other rodents, cities up in that direction. I have a family there that might help take care of you. Philemon stretched and grabbed the knife from the ground next to him. This is for you. Keep it close. Perrin took the knife and nodded. Taking the medicine bowl in hand, Philemon began tending to his heel. It hadn't begun to scar over just yet, but he couldn't risk infection. The wind blew and cold. Perrin shifted closer to the fire and tucked his tail into his leaf. He looked over at Philemon and smiled for the first time. He had a friend. Oh, that one's happy, and that was the one that started off dark. Oh, you giant a-hole. Oh, come on. The other three, like, started off light. Well, okay, well, I'm gonna say Russell, because I can't remember his name right now. Is at least started slightly happy. It was kind of romantic up to the point where the hawk started ripping everyone apart, but hey, that's romance for you. According to, Shakespeare, apparently. So... Running was a tiring. Thaniki's I wish it was the other one now, because that one was an easier name to read. Thaliki's muscles. Running was tiring Thaliki's muscles. She had to stop sooner or later, where she saw a shape in the distance. It looked like a village. You know what? I do like your mixture of Redwall and Guardians, because of them actually having villages, more like villages things instead of just being like normal animals. You have a mixture of animal things and villages. So it would be interesting to actually see these in reality, actually, when I think about it. Okay. Maybe there would be some friendly animals there. She picked up the pace. She wanted it so badly, but when she arrived, it was only a destroy. Oh my bottoms! Oh no! Come on! Great! We're already connecting the stories. It's her bird village. She went in and peered in the surroundings. Everything was fresh. Blood smeared on the walls of some... The dust had barely settled yet. She started searching for possible food. Oh, please don't eat any birds. Please don't. For possible food down. Her search was in vain until she stumbled upon a small building full of small nests inside, and a large freshly killed hawk. Oh, lovely. She had never tasted hawk before. Okay, that seems very sarcastic of you. Hold on, my legs need to switch around. I'm not in a very comfortable position right now. And she was curious. She pulled a knife out of the back of its neck and dropped it to the side. She parted the wound on the hawk's neck and ripped its flesh apart to get past the skin and feathers. Oh, lovely. Oh, carefully she cut through to and this is why I can't watch any videos about what they do to cows to turn them into my cheeseburgers, or the chickens into my chicken nuggets, or the potatoes into my fries, because it's disturbing. She began to explore more of the village. Some homes were smoking, and others were entirely dilapided. You and your words. If you haven't noticed, I'm either talking to the audience or I'm talking to WereWing. That's pretty much how this goes. This is all this is me not actually talking to him as I'm reading this, and then talking to you guys at the same time. So I have two people I have to talk to in this. Oh great! She cut through to the meat and hungrily took a bite. It was thick and chewy, but tasted like any other bird she had before. Thankfully, there was lots of it. She ate until she was full. When she felt, I can't wait for these characters to actually meet each other. I think that's what happens eventually. Hopefully, I would like to see that. She just doesn't need to eat Philemon or Russell, so I think it's Russell, if I remember right. That is his name, isn't it? Okay. I hope she doesn't eat them. Well, that would be a very interesting misunderstanding right there. When she felt rested enough, she began to explore more of the village. Some homes were smoking, others were entirely... Oh, that's right. Wow, the whole part I already read. Oh well, I'm gonna leave it in. Wondering where the villagers could have gone, she took in the surrounding scents. It wasn't long before she caught their southward scent, but there was one scent that caught her attention. It wasn't the smell of the fear as the others were. It was a scent of sadness, heading north, away from everything else. She decided to follow its trail as far as she could. She couldn't get past the feeling there was some reason for his cowardice? Cowardice. Okay. Cowardice. That's a word, apparently. I didn't know. Okay. That's the end of chapter 3, people. Thank you so much for listening to my voice for this video. I'm hearing things. I really hate being alone. I get really, really paranoid when I'm alone. Yeah, this book has gotten interesting, that's for sure. I hope you guys have been very intrigued by this book as well. Again, you could read it for yourselves. There's links a couple episodes ago. And don't forget to support my friend too, because that's kind of the sort of point of this as well. So, yeah. I think this is going well. This is the only one I've actually been able to keep dramatically reading, except for the gory parts where I start wanting not to puke, because I don't really like gore. I don't watch a lot of films and stuff that have gore in it. Like even games, I try to... The less graphic the gore is, the more fun I'll have in a story, pretty much. So, that's why I avoid certain types of stories because of it. So, this is a Jinen 107. Well, I need to breathe because I can't breathe right now. Okay, so this is a Jinen 107, signing off.